Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In my previous video, I have introduced you on how to get started with web development. In this video, I'll be showing you the complete roadmap to learn JavaScript. I'll be dividing this video into three parts. The first part basically consists of learning JavaScript. The second part includes implementing those specific mini tasks of JavaScript. And the third part is basically to do projects on JavaScript. So let's get started. So first of all, if you're a complete beginner, you need to go to W3 schools and start learning from the very start and all these basic syntax things, let const, data types, functions. So if you already know a language, these starting things won't be very difficult for you. Just there is a slight change in the syntax and all. Other things remain same. So you should go through these basic things all till all these things till JavaScript reserved words, right? The next section is basically JavaScript versions. You need not go through these things. Next part is the JavaScript forms. Yes, you should study this. JavaScript objects. Yeah, this is one of the most important things because everything is in JavaScript is basically an object. So you need to study about objects and then the functions. Yeah, definitely. Functions is also an important thing. For classes, if you are a complete beginner, so you can skip this in the initial stages because this comes in the object-oriented side. So classes and all, you can study this later as well. JavaScript async, you can study. These are the really good things. I'll be showing you the some more resources from where you can study the advanced topics. So if you're a complete beginner, you can skip this for the time being. Now coming to DOM, document object model. Yeah, so this is the very important thing after learning objects and functions. So document object model, you need to know all these things. Then only you can like do anything in JavaScript. Similarly, there is something known as BOM, and you should also know about it. Although this is not that important as document object model, but yes, it's good to know. And some basic knowledge of Ajax is also important to make Ajax requests. You'll get to know why is it useful, why should we learn Ajax. So although you can see so many things over here, but trust me, it's not that complicated. It's very simple. JSON is another simple thing which you should be knowing. And although there are again so many subtopics over here, but it's really simple. So you should learn about it. Web APIs, these are additional things you should be knowing about what an API is, how APIs work, and there are various APIs for different things for location. So yeah, so there are different APIs you should learn. So once you cover the basic things through these, there might be a possibility that you won't understand many things, right? So I'm not telling you to get stuck on some subtopics. Rather, I'll suggest you to move to the video section. So once you get the basic knowledge by reading the written tutorials, you should move to the video part. So for video, Traversy Media, this is one of the best channels for web development tutorials, and this is my favorite too. So Brad Traversy is basically he's the person behind this channel, and his style of teaching is amazing. So as you can see, there is a playlist of vanilla JavaScript. In this playlist, as you can see, the very first video is the JavaScript crash course for beginners, which is around 1 hours 40 minutes duration. But if you watch it in 1.5 speed, that would be really helpful because why I'm saying this, because since you have already studied the basics from here, you can just reassure your learnings by watching this crash course video so that you can relate those things. Now once you have watched this crash course video, you can also cover this document object model, which is a 4-part series and which covers a small project at the end. And this DOM crash course is also very important because this will clear your understanding of the document object model which you had studied over here. So either you can watch the videos first and then go through the written tutorials, or vice versa. So it's your choice completely. Now, once you have done the basics of JavaScript and the document object model, now you should move to learn JavaScript ES6 features. So these are some new features of JavaScript and which are being used nowadays, and these are like really important. So there's this another playlist by Brad Traversy, and you can watch all these videos. There are 11 videos in this playlist. These will be very useful. Don't worry if you don't understand some topics, because his videos lengths are really small, as you can see, 4 minutes, 7 minutes. So if you don't understand something, don't worry. I'll show you something amazing next up. Okay, so yeah, here is this playlist. So Namaste JavaScript is the playlist by Akshay Sani Bhaiya. I wish this playlist like was there 4 years back when I was learning JavaScript. This content is really awesome, and the way he teaches is simply amazing. The energy which he brings and his style of teaching is really cool, because he explains complicated topics in such a simple manner that you feel confident about it. And there are various testimonials of his teachings on LinkedIn. You will find it all over LinkedIn of his praises. So this is a must watch playlist for all of you, and I'm sure you'll enjoy this playlist. So let's see what all he has covered. So yeah, there's this how JavaScript works behind the scenes, execution context. These things are very important, because Traversy Media videos and the W3 schools don't teach these things, that how things work behind the scenes. And even there are some things which everyone remains confused even after 2 to 3 years of experience. So the scope chain, lexical scope, these are the topics which closures in JavaScript. First of all, it will seem really difficult. Even in the last 2 years, I couldn't understand what exactly a closure is. But after watching his videos, it is crystal clear now. So just understand how he teaches. Then you should learn about the callback functions, asynchronous JavaScript, and how the event loop works. Such an amazing video this is, the event loop one. So you should watch his entire playlist, and trust me, you will enjoy it. Once you are done with his videos and the Traversy Media videos, now you are at a stage where you have done the basics of JavaScript, and you have learned some of the most important topics of JavaScript, which are even asked in interviews. And so you have covered almost everything. But there is something still missing. And what is that? That is, you don't have the hands-on coding experience for JavaScript. So for that, I'll recommend you to visit Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp has this JavaScript algorithms and data structures list. So don't worry, you need not do the data structures and algorithms part. We'll only focus on the JavaScript things which are important for development point of view. So as you can see, there is this basic JavaScript which consists of 111 mini tasks. And as you can see, I have completed 99 of those. So these are like really small things, that commenting your code, how to like run a loop, and how to find the length of string. So these are like really small things, but you'll get a feel of once you code those things, that yes, I have coded it and it's correct. How to manipulate arrays and the various functions associated with the arrays. So yeah, these are the really good things about Free Code Camp, which I like. So this was about the basic thing. Now, as I had told you to learn ES6, so even you had done ES6 from the Traversy Media playlist and also from Namaste JavaScript playlist. So now you can practice the ES6 features over here. There are 31 mini tasks. Like, see the difference between the where and let keywords. You can how to use arrow functions. So use destructuring assignment, although it might not make sense you at the moment, but once you watch these videos, you'll like find it really easy. See arrow functions and all those things. So you can do the ES6 features over here. Now you can say that I'm done with basic JavaScript, I'm done with ES6 features of JavaScript. Let's move ahead. Regular expression, no, you can skip this part for the moment. Debugging. Yeah. So debugging is one of the most important things for developers. So it consists of only 12 things. You can do it quickly. Sorry. So apart from this, the basic data structures, um, it's optional. If you want to do, it will be good for you only because yeah, as you can see that how to manipulate the arrays using spread operators. So it's completely optional. The data structures and the algorithms part and is completely optional for you. Now coming to object-oriented programming. So this is the important thing, how to work and play around with the objects, JavaScript objects, how the constructor works and initializes objects, and everything related to object-oriented programming. If you are a very beginner, you can skip this for the moment, but if you are somewhere intermediate, you should be having the knowledge of object-oriented programming in JavaScript as well. Functional programming, yeah, this is also something good if you are somewhere near intermediate. You should be having the knowledge of functional programming as well. So in this complete thing, you can skip the regular expression section. You can skip the data structures and scripting section. And yeah, so those are the things only which you can skip. The other things you should do and you'll get confident by solving those tasks. Now coming to the final section, which consists of some projects. So as you know, that free code camp basically has 5 projects, and once you complete these 5 projects, you are eligible to get the certificate. As you can see here, claim your certification. Although you can do these projects or any projects you want, as you can see, I have done 2 projects over here because I'm not a big fan of getting certifications from these because yeah, certificates don't matter at the end. It's what you learn matters more. So you can do these small projects. Now, since we have covered the study thing from the video lectures, we have done the hands-on from free code camp. Now we are ready to move to some projects. Now from where to do those projects? Okay, so now you need to go back to the Traversy Media Vanilla JavaScript playlist. In this playlist, if you scroll down, you'll see that there are, as you can see, there are a total of 53 videos in this playlist. But what exactly is this? So see, JavaScript book list app, no frameworks, simple weight converter app, right? Then there's this quick autocomplete feature with JavaScript and JSON. Then there's typewriter effect and all these mini projects, Facebook login, simple slideshow using JavaScript, image gallery with ES6 JavaScript features. So these are the mini projects which you should do along with watching the videos. It's completely okay to watch the video and follow along and code yourself. You're not doing something wrong that you'll say, what, how will it help if I do something by watching? It will definitely help because you should not copy the code directly because these videos will provide you with the source codes as well. But you should not copy those source code directly from the GitHub. Rather, you should code along the way and understand that why something is being done in that video. If you get stuck, Google is always there for you to help. So, yeah, so you should do all these mini projects here. The more you do, the better you become. So, it's better for you to do all these projects, mini projects from this playlist. Apart from this, there's something amazing. There's this website, javascript30.com, which basically has 30-day vanilla JS coding challenges. So it's not exactly a coding challenge, rather there are 30 vanilla JavaScript projects. Vanilla JavaScript is nothing but simple JavaScript. As you can see, no frameworks, no compilers, no libraries, no boilerplate. So here you'll get the 30 tutorials along with uh, the solutions and the starter files for those codes. So see, so many people have already joined and done this challenge. So I'll suggest you that register for this challenge and do the 30 projects in 30 days. Although it won't take 30 days, you can finish it up fast, but just for the naming thing, they have written the 30 projects in 30 days. So let's see what exactly. As you can also see here, it's mentioned that you have done a few courses and read a few books, but still don't feel great about your relation with JavaScript. That's actually correct because even after learning and implementing the minor parts, we don't feel confident with JavaScript because what eventually matters is that we code and build something out of JavaScript which we have learned, and then only one can become confident. So yeah, so here are some of the projects which you will be doing in this 30-day challenge. These are the really simple projects, but for a beginner and for intermediate, if you want to feel confident about writing JavaScript, this is your way. So JavaScript drum kit, how does clock works, then you can see there's the image gallery, a lot of things, how to mul check multiple checkboxes. Then there's local storage and event delegation. This is also important. Native speech recognition. Don't worry, this is not directly related to machine learning. Rather, it's something related to APIs. So, yeah, apart from that, follow along links, sticky nav bar. You must have seen that the nav bars hang around at the top of the screen even when you scroll down a web page sometimes. So, that is basically a sticky nav bar. Then there's event capturing, propagation, bubbling. These are the concepts which you have learned from these video lectures, and now it's the time to implement these. Video speed controller, click and drag to control, countdown clock. So basically all the functionalities which you can see on any website is being implemented using JavaScript. So you'll get a feel by doing these things that how such things are actually implemented behind the scenes on any website. And then you can relate those things with that website. That yes, that developer must have done something like this to build such a functionality in that website. So that is the magic. And so after doing these 30 mini projects and the doing the vanilla JavaScript projects, see, you might be wondering that 30 projects, like so many, but these are like really small projects and it won't take you much time. And trust me, JavaScript is not something which you can learn very quickly because even I have taken many courses of JavaScript, and then also at some point of time, I'm like, am I that confident about learning JavaScript? So yes, JavaScript is a vast ocean. So you can't learn everything about JavaScript, but you can surely practice as much as you can and be feel confident about it. So that is why I would recommend you to spend lots of time learning JavaScript because this is the core for learning the JavaScript frameworks, which I'll be showing in the coming videos. So once you get strong with JavaScript, then learning anything like React, Angular, Node.js, all those frameworks becomes very easy because you have a strong hold on JavaScript. So spend lots of time in JavaScript. Don't be in a hurry. Learn these things and feel free to use any resource. I'm suggesting these resources because these are what which helped me to learn JavaScript, and I find it really helpful. So after you have done these mini projects, one more thing I would like to suggest you is that please make sure that as soon as you complete these projects, start uploading it on GitHub. I mean, you should use Git and start building your profile. It doesn't matter how small your projects are, but you will feel good seeing your GitHub profile built over the time. That at the end of this challenge, you'll have 30 projects in your GitHub. Although those aren't that big projects that might catch someone's attention, but still you'll feel confident that yes, I have pushed these many codes into my GitHub, and that way you'll be strong with Git and GitHub as well. So apart from this, once you're done with the mini projects, now it's time to move ahead to build something big. So as in the previous video, I had told that you should build your portfolio website. So you can add many functionality to your portfolio websites. So this is all. You should like see your creativity, what all things which you have learned from these and which can be added to your website, right? You can make your nav sticky in your website and many other things. So apart from that, you should also make different projects now, like something big because now you have learned HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and JavaScript. So you have the complete freedom to make a project, obviously without backend because we haven't learned backend till now. So feel free to make any website, any good website, anything which you want to make, which might help you in your day-to-day life or anything. Take part in hackathons. You are ready to build something amazing. So you are all set and you have learned JavaScript. Keep on learning, make a lot of projects, read blogs from various websites, and that would like help. There are various blogs which like explain step by step on how to build certain projects. So you can take ideas from there and build something on your own. Whenever you get stuck, always remember there's Stack Overflow, the best site for developers. We all rely on Stack Overflow whenever we are stuck. So, yeah, and Google is always there for your help. So, don't worry, enjoy your JavaScript journey and hope you found this video useful. I'll be adding the resources list in the description. Feel free to check it out. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please like, comment on this video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.